This is a review of the Adventure Medical Kits Mountain Series Comprehensive Medical Kit. This is an awesome little kit. It's got a couple of carry handles here. It's got dual zippers. It's also got a nice little add tag for refilling it. It's in a nice blue color. I like that. For my home kit, I have the nice bright red, so there's no mistaking it. This rides in my car though, and I really don't want people seeing this nice bright red bag that they have to break in my car for. So this works out very well. Cool feature, they list all the contents on the back of the bag. Until it wears off, that is awesome. You can refill whatever you use. The list is right here. I'm sure you can get another list online that you can print out and put in the bag, but I thought that was really cool. Quick, handy, right there. So this is going to be a two-part video because there's a lot of stuff in this bag. I don't want you to miss out on anything. If you don't want to watch it, you can go online and look up all the contents, but I don't think it'll be as fun. And you probably won't get a better idea of what's in this bag. So let's check out what's in here. So we open it up, boom, clamshells down. Okay, it's got quite a few sections. It's cool. It's got this elastic section here on the bottom, which houses a SAM splint, a real SAM splint, nice, cushy, very good quality. Another thing I like about this bag, it's got quality components. Roll it out again, got 3 sections, and then boom, one more. So down here on the bottom, what this is this is an extra little bag for you. Say you're out with a bunch of people at a base camp and you want to go off on your own trekking. You can detach it from this section of the bag, so this can stay at base camp. You can load this up with the gear that you want to take with you on a day hike, and it comes right off. It's on Velcro on the bag, and it's just a really neat feature. On the inside, they give you the Dry Flex bag to load up with whatever you want to take with you on your day hike, and then it goes right inside the ultralight bag, and there you go. You have your own little first aid kit for your little trek. Okay, the first section that we're going to go into is we have the fracture sprain, and then we have the CPR and bleeding, and we're going to go into this section first. Nice little zipper section. Keeps everything together, keeps everything from getting dusty, dirty, yucky. In the CPR section, we'll pull all this stuff out. Hair scrunchies not included. I have long hair, so I definitely want to be tying this up before I'm trying to work on somebody, especially if there's blood involved. Got a nice lateral face shield. You have a great little bleeding CPR instruction booklet, which is really nice in case you don't know CPR. You have at least some kind of reference. You have 1, 2, 3 pairs of gloves, and each has its own little biohazard bag. So everybody knows right away, don't touch that. And then you've got a 5x9 combine pad. And then you got this bigger combine pad, an 8x10. Really cool, really nice. Usually the 5x9s are standard. It's nice to have an 8x10 in there. A lot more blood soaking ability. So we'll put this stuff back in here. We'll move on to the next section, which is going to be your fracture sprain section. And the first thing that comes out of there is this nice giant roll of duct tape. That is really cool. Looks like it's wrapped around a piece of hard PVC tubing. Very great to have. Okay, you got a couple of triangular bandages individually wrapped for sanitary reasons, and a couple of safety pins for each one. Then again, in this section too, you have a nice little guide on fractures and sprains. So they try to help you out in each one of these little sections in case you don't know what you're doing, to give you at least some kind of basic knowledge, which is great. Then you got a 2-inch latex-free ACE bandage wrap. This is the Velcro kind, so it sticks to itself. You don't have to mess around or worry about losing little metal pins. So very cool. So we'll put this back in here. Now the plastic little compartments you see me shoving this stuff into, it's really cool. Not only can you see through it and see what's going on and try to find what you need right away, The material it's made out of, as you can see while I'm shoving this stuff in here, it's very tough stuff. Perfectly clear, not frosted, it is not cheap plastic at all. I don't worry about this ripping, tearing, breaking, whatever. Great. All right. Now we're going to move on to the middle section of the bag, which is your medications, first aid manual, and your instruments. Okay, we'll go into the instrument section first. It's so full it's popping out. This was something I added. This is the Dental Medic. This is from Adventure Medical Kits as well. You can pick it up at like Dick's Sporting Goods for $8. Probably any sports store, probably any store really. But it's awesome. If you've ever had a problem with a cracked tooth, you know, just toothache, pain, anything, man. Especially if you're out in the wilderness, you don't want to ruin the trip for everybody else. Great thing to have. Or if you just fall and you're clumsy and you bust your tooth or whatever, lose a crown, you have the capability of putting it back on. Glucose 15. I'm pretty sure it's lemon flavor. It's for treating low blood sugar. So there you go. I think this is expired, but at least it's in there in case I want to replace it. And you got your Streamlight Stylus Pro. Checking stuff in the bag, checking out your patient, checking pupil dilation, whatever you need it for. Then we've got a nice MediCut sterile disposable scalpel with the safety guard. Very cool. Very, very decent quality. This was a gift from a family member. This is a complete surgical suture kit with the needle and thread all laced up, ready to go. If you don't know what you're doing, pass this off to somebody else who does. You got some waterproof safety matches in case you have to sterilize something, have a fire, signal for help. Threw in a Sharpie. Got to be able to write on people because it's just fun to do when they're drunk and passed out, or no, you know, for medical professionals in case you gotta, you know, let them know some information. Then you've got your standard 3 safety pins. And that's the first little clear section here on this side. There's also a back section here in these little blue pockets. There's 4 little blue pockets back here. And in the first pocket is this unbelievably cheap, I can't even believe how cheap this is, a thermometer. Look at it, you can even see the circuit board. I'm very shocked that Adventure Medical Kits would put something quite so cheap and chintzy in there, but hey, if it works, it works. But a little instruction book for the thermometer. Next section, trauma shears, cutting off clothes, cutting bandages, whatever you need. Next section, you got a little pencil. I'm sure that'll match up with something in this kit later. And then the last one is a little nice hard container for your tweezers so they don't poke through anything in your bag. Okay, put this stuff back in here so we can move on. Very cool kit. Really liking this so far. Okay, the next section is your medication section, which has got this nice little flip down feature. Very cool, a lot of capability. Oop, better get in frame here. Okay, there you go. Look at that. You can store a ton of medications in here. You know, it's just all your typical stuff. You know, there's what do we got? Acetaminophen, ibuprofen, some anti-diarrheal tablets, some antihistamine, like, you know, some generic Benadryl. Flip that down. Got some aspirin. I carry that. Paramedics have told me it's really good to have for people who are having a heart attack. You know, to put a couple of them under the tongue. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I don't recommend giving anybody any medication unless you're a licensed physician or licensed to do so. You can get in a lot of trouble for it, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So these are more medications for myself. I got some hydrocortisone cream in a Ziploc baggie. Remember, liquid ointments, stuff like that, Ziploc baggie so they don't explode and destroy your pack. Then I got a couple of, there's some Afterbite wipes. Then up in here, some antacid. This is another type of pain reliever. I threw in my own stuff, some Benadryl, some Mucinex, for chest congestion, and then there's some Tums up there. So that's a nice little flip out section for medications. Very cool. I really like that section. Then behind there is a nice big pocket. And in that pocket, the awesome Wilderness and Travel Medicine Guide. Great, very extensive. It covers broken bones, fractures. Here's frostbites, altitude sickness, snake bites, insect bites, seizures, bronchitis, dislocations, fractures, back pain, sprains, chest injuries, nosebleeds. I mean, it's just endless. And it actually tells you how to try to fix this stuff. Because if your life's on the line and you're out in the middle of nowhere, something is better than nothing. I mean, this is definitely better than dying out there. So, great comprehensive book, though. I've looked at it. I have quite a few little small of these first aid type, medical type books. This is the first one that actually makes sense, gets to the point, cuts out all the crap, doesn't worry about liability. You know, I'm not going to tell you how to set a fracture. It's a great book. This guy pretty much knows what he's doing. I mean, where else would you go? Okay, then you got a little booklet here for medications, and it tells you example like pain reliever, fever, inflammation, ibuprofen. It gives you the indications, the dosages, the warnings. So it's cool. Again, another little guide in each section. You got a couple packets of oral rehydration salts. Hikers, you're all going to know what this is for. Anybody else? You can look it up. Okay. The last thing, in that section is 3 patient assessment forms. These are great to have. Okay. The pencil's good. The Sharpie's good. These are great. You fill this out with as much information as you can get before help arrives. This in combination with the packaging of whatever you use out of this kit, you tape this, pin this, whatever you got to do to the victim. So emergency people know what you've done or what you know or what you've used on this person. Especially when you start getting into stuff like, you know, giving people medication. Again, don't do it. But if you did, you know, or if you took something yourself, you'd want them to know this is what I took. Again, some other stuff in the bag, you know, QuikClot. You want them to know that you've used QuikClot in that person or you used a sponge in that person so they can get it out of that person. So cool. Very cool thing to have. So you got 3 of those. So that's good. And it's a nice big pocket back here. I'm sure you can fit in some more of your own stuff that you want to, you know, customize this bag with. So it's nice. It's got a lot of capabilities. Okay? Okay. There are 2 sections left. This section, the top section, I'm going to have to take a break though right now and change over. I'm using a camera I'm not really familiar with. My other camera's charging up that I normally use. This is one of my bigger SLRs. I usually don't shoot video with it. So I'm going to take a break, and in part 2 we'll go over the rest of the bag. Alright, see you then. I hope you're enjoying great gadgets and gear too. Thanks.